You're an American-born Christian, and yet increasing and now significant numbers of Americans in polls, upwards of a fifth of respondents, are claiming you are neither. A fifth of the people, just about, believe you're a Muslim.
Keep in mind those two things, American-born and Muslim are not the same, so... But I understand your point.
Either or the latter,
right.
And the most recent number is the latter. This has to be troubling to you. This is, of course, all new territory for an American president.
Well, look, the facts are the facts, right? And so we went through some of this during the campaign. You know, there is a mechanism, a network of misinformation that in a new media era can get churned out there constantly. We dealt with this when I was first running for the U.S. Senate. We dealt with it when we were first running for the presidency. There were those who said I couldn't win as U.S. Senator because I had a funny name, and yet we ended up winning that Senate seat in Illinois because I trusted in the American people's capacity to get beyond all this nonsense. And so I will always put my money on the American people. And I'm not going to be worrying too much about whatever rumors are floating on out there. If I spend all my time chasing after that, then I wouldn't get much done.
Even a number as sizable as this, what does it say to you? Does it say anything about your communications or the effectiveness of your opponents to...
Well, look, Brian, I would say that I can't spend all my time with my birth certificate plastered on my forehead. It is what the facts are, the facts, and so it's not something that I can, I think, spend all my time worrying about. I don't think the American people.
Obama said to Brian Wilson the other day, I think he's of the CBS News, Evening News, one of those news programs, because people have been questioning his citizenship, his religion, and a whole lot of other things about him. He made the statement, I can't walk around all day with my birth certificate on my forehead. Hey, Mr. Long-Legged Mac, Mr. Obama, let me ask you a question. I'll tell you what you'll do. You don't have to walk around with your birth certificate on your head or your forehead. All you got to do is get that alleged vaulted copy of your birth certificate that's in Honolulu, send it to the New York Times. They'll put it on the front page. And I'll tell you what. If you will get that birth certificate, I don't care what it says, even it says if you were born in the Lincoln bedroom in the White House, if you get that birth certificate that you have been shamming everybody about over the last 2 years, send it to the New York Times and say, this is the one. And by the way, if you're going to open that vault, whatever that vault is, and have the Secretary of Health make sure that she calls Dr. Orly Taitz, and Dr. Wiley Drake and Alan Keyes to be there to witness the opening of that alleged vault where your alleged birth certificate is. Orly Taitz, Wiley Drake, and Alan Keyes, Dr. Keyes, need to be there to make sure that we don't get no Mickey Ficky slip done in on us in the process. And if you do it, then send it to the New York Times. And Mr. Obama, I will wear your birth certificate on my forehead for a year.
All right. Hey guys, I hope everyone is doing well. This is Rudy. I'm going to make a little bit different video tonight than I have in the past. You've just seen an interview with Barack Obama where he states that he can't go around with his birth certificate plastered on his forehead. You've just seen Pastor James David Manning saying that if Barack Obama will release his long-form birth certificate, that he will wear it on his forehead. I wanted you to see those two clips, and then I'm going to add my $10,000 reward in addition to what you've already seen. This $10,000 cash reward is for Obama's long-form birth certificate from Hawaii. I'm going to go into the details of that and discuss why I'm doing this. But keep in mind that I'm not trying to act like Macho Man or anything like that. Terry Lakin, which is a decorated military hero, is on the verge of being court-martialed. He is a true American hero. He's risking an immense amount of, for his freedom, separation from his loved ones. He's on the verge of being court-martialed, and all he's asking for is Obama release his long-form birth certificate. Now, many out there will say that Obama has released his birth certificate, and you birthers are crazy, and what is your problem? Well, I'm going to tell you what our problem is. The mainstream media has done nothing but propaganda for the Obama administration. They have done nothing but propaganda and brainwashing and lies and deceit on this issue. There is a long-form birth certificate. Ms. Fukino with the Hawaiian Health Department has said that she has seen it. Lou Dobbs talked about it, and when Lou Dobbs talked about it, there was a gunshot sent into his home, and he no longer is on the air for the network that he was working for. So you people need to look into something beyond just what you're told in the mainstream media. But I've just showed you the two clips of Barack Obama and James David Manning. Let me read to you exactly what Ms. Fukino said. And I'm going to put the link in the sidebar, not only of Terry Lakin, which is a true American hero, and he is sacrificing much more than this simple little stupid $10,000 that I'm offering, but I'm also going to put the link to Ms. Fukino's statement. Now I'm going to read her statement to you, and please listen very carefully. Okay, USA Today. It says, in an attempt to quash persistent rumors that President Obama was not born in Honolulu on August the 4th, 1961, Hawaii's health director reiterated Monday afternoon that she has personally seen Obama's birth certificate in the health department's archives. She goes on to say, now this particular statement is a direct quote from Ms. Fukino. Okay, let's hear what Ms. Fukino directly stated. I, Dr. Chiyomi Fukino, director of the Hawaii State Department of Health, have seen the original vital records maintained on file by the Hawaii State Department of Health, verifying Barack Hussein Obama was born in Hawaii and is a natural-born American citizen. I have nothing further to add to this statement or my original statement issued in October 2008, over 8 months ago. Now, this was said somewhere around July 28, 2009. That was the date of the USA Today article. What you need to understand is that Ms. Fukino has said that she has seen the long-form birth certificate. Now, at this time, I'm going to show you what factcheck.org and also Barack Obama administration released on his website, which is a short-form birth certificate, does not show you the name of the hospital, does not show you the attending physician name. There's a lot of details that are missing. And so you'll be seeing that right now as I'm talking. Now, the next one that I'm going to show you is a long-form birth certificate that was released on August the 4th by Eleanor Nordyke. She's twins, and she was actually born in 1961 in Hawaii, and she has her long-form birth certificate. And if you look at a picture of that, you'll see all of the additional fields that are available from a long-form birth certificate. So Obama has not been honest in releasing his birth certificate. He can get his original vital records because Ms. Fukino supposedly says that it exists, and if she's not lying, it would be easy, it would be extremely easy for him to squash all of these persistent rumors that he's not born in the United States, but he refuses to do so. We just recently heard in the crazy news media that's nothing but propaganda that 20% of Americans don't believe that he is an American, natural born, or he doesn't believe that he is a Muslim. Now, I'll also state that his father was not even an American citizen. His father was a Kenyan. So by that very nature in and of itself, he's not a natural born citizen. And that's enough evidence all by itself that he should not be president of the United States by the constitutional eligibility requirements that his father was a Kenyan. But let's go on further and to discuss that his long-form birth certificate, Ms. Fukino, has said that it does exist, and we have over supposedly 20% of the American people questioning him, and he can't show us the time of day. He can't show us a little bit of courtesy and like ask the Hawaiian Health Department to release it. So we'll basically shut us up. Well, why won't he release it? You also have to ask yourself that Colonel Terry Lakin with the military is on the verge of being court-martialed. And Terry Lakin has stated that if he'll release the birth certificate, he'll deploy to Iraq in no time. Now, you have to ask yourself, why won't Obama just, tell one of his administrators just to release the freaking long-form birth certificate? What is he hiding? Now, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I know I'm not trying to be a macho man. I'm not anywhere of the caliber that Terry Lakin is. But again, I've got $10,000 cash. I'm not trying to act like a bigwig, but I'm going to count it here for you. Hopefully you can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's $10,000 cash. I'm going to put this up to the camera so that you can see it. Hopefully you guys can see that's real money. And, there was a time in our history where a man's word was his bond, right? And so I'm telling you from my heart that if he releases his long form birth certificate, right, I will donate this $10,000 cash to the charity of Obama's choosing. The White House administrator can just simply make sure that it's them, and I will donate it to whatever charity of their choosing. But all he has to do to claim this $10,000 for charitable purposes is to release his long-form birth certificate that Ms. Fukino says exists, and I'll shut up about the issue. Now, some of you will say, well, he'll just forge one. That's fine. I don't care if he forges one. Just release one. You don't get into the movie theater unless you show a ticket. He has not showed a ticket. Okay? You'll say, well, you're making this big deal and all he's got to do is forge one. I want him to do whatever he has to do. If he has to forge one, it's going to show an attending physician. It's going to show the hospital that he was born. It's going to show the name and the age of his parents. We need that information, and I'm willing to donate $10,000 of my hard-earned money. I'm not a rich man. I'm not trying to act bigger than I am. Colonel Terry Lakin is a true hero. James David Manning is a true hero. Lawyer Phil Berg is a true hero. And also Orly Taitz is also a true hero. Those are the people that are fighting the fight. I'm just making a little video. But I'm telling you that as a honest American, you have my word as my bond that if he releases his long-form birth certificate in the next 30 days, today's September the 1st, so we have the entire month of September, that I will donate this $10,000 cash to a charity of Obama's choosing, or whoever wants to make the decision in the White House administration. Now, also, the main point, I don't think he's going to do it, but hey, I'll keep my word. The reason I don't think he's going to do it is he would have already done it. With 20% of Americans not believing his natural born, you have to ask yourself the question, why is this man spending millions of dollars with law firms to cover up his birth records, to cover up his Columbia records, to cover up all of his school records and his health records and his passport records? You have to ask yourself, why is he doing that? And I'm so tired of hearing people that are brainwashed by the media saying he's already released his birth certificate. That birth certificate he released don't mean crap, and that ad in the paper that his grandparents did doesn't mean squat. He could have been born in Kenya, and they could have still released something in the paper. Don't be telling me about no newspaper ads that they put in the Hawaiian newspaper. That don't mean nothing. I could have put in the Hawaiian newspaper that my dogs were born, and they would have published it if I would have called in and paid the newspaper fee. I want to see his long-form birth certificate. I'm offering $10,000 to any charity of his choosing. It's good through the month of September. I'm not trying to act like a bigwig. Colonel Terry Lakin is the real hero. And you people need to wake up to what's going on. We have a usurper in the White House. He should have never been allowed to be president of the United States. I get angry as hell when I think about it. But I hope this video gets out to some people to wake you people up and to understand how important this issue is. I could go on talking about the Federal Reserve, but that's a whole other video. But check out my other videos regarding that. But God bless every one of you. I'll try to calm down. My word is my bond. If he does it, if Obama does it by the end of September, that money's going to go to a charity of his choosing. There's no doubt about it. I give you my word on that. God bless every one of you. Let's turn to God in these times. Let's say prayer for our nation. Let's say a prayer for Terry Lakin. Let's say a prayer for James David Manning, Phil Berg, and Orly Taitz. Especially James David Manning. I've personally witnessed the righteousness of that man. And Terry Lakin as well. I mean, you can just see his righteousness through the videos that he makes. I don't know him personally, but I can just tell. And also, keep in mind that Obama's father was not even an American citizen. He was a Kenyan. The Constitution of Eligibility requirements require a natural-born citizen, which can only be conferred if both of your parents are American citizens. So that in and of itself says that he should not be president. I'm not going to cover all these issues ad nauseum. There's a tremendous amount of information out there. If you people would get off your butts and stop playing your video games and just check things out for yourself. Do not depend upon mainstream media to tell you the truth. They are lying to you. Anyway, I said all I'm going to say. God bless every one of you. I love my country. I'm very concerned about my government. I love my countrymen. And God bless every one of you, and take care.